Not a very elegant title for a lady, but she is well-bred and I have never heard her complain. My name is Cheval, security officer. Each week, she and I cross the borders of 7 countries. Point of origin, the Gare de Lyon here in Paris. Point of terminus, Circesi station in Istanbul. Like most women, she makes many demands. Therefore, before each trip, we feed her playing cards and linen, caviar and wine. She also carries letters and freight and people. Passengers from all corners of the world. From the moment they board, they are my concern. Their needs, their comfort, their safety. Gustav!
Huh?
Everything in order?
Why? Come up for some coffee.
Later.
There will be no later. I'm going home to bed.
Well, I'll see you tonight then.
No woman for you today, Cheval?
Just this one. You!
Yes.
Who are you? You're not with the day crew.
Replacement.
Let me see your identification.
I tried to get out of the way.
It's all right, Andre. It wasn't your fault. It's a bomb. Get me a screwdriver. Vite!
You heard him.
It's a clock mechanism, set to go off 1 hour after departure.
But why?
Perhaps it was a bon voyage gift. I would have preferred champagne. Well, I'll add it to our collection, Gustav. I'll see you tonight.
It's a forgery, Claude.
A what?
A fake, a fraud, a contrefaçon. Is it beginning to penetrate?
Forgery? But it was authenticated. It's a genuine Corot.
Corot painted 3,000 pictures in his lifetime. 10,000 of them are now in Texas.
A dealer. I'll have him arrested. I'll prosecute.
If it serves you right, you should have dealt with me.
I know. It's just that I'm a bloodhound for a bargain. Michael, forgive me. You're the best art dealer in Europe.
And the most expensive. That's why you went elsewhere.
Never again. Tell me how I can make it up to you.
Oh, we'll talk about it when I get back. Thanks for the lift.
No, wait. That Gobelin tapestry in Istanbul. Can you acquire it for me?
Perhaps. That is if I'm your exclusive agent again.
Of course. Buy it for me, Michael. Money is no object.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Le train rapide 153, Istanbul Express, départ
Monsieur London, anything for me to lock away?
No, not this trip, thank you. Oh, I heard you had some excitement here today.
Oh, nothing to speak of.
A bomb is nothing to speak of.
It was taken care of, monsieur.
Where was it?
Under this car.
Oh, that's close to home. If I hear anything ticking, I'll let you know.
London. Tell you something, London. Bit of profound advice.
I know. Never mix Scotch with Bordeaux 59.
Right. Rotten press club parties, I'm gonna have to ration.
Maybe you'd better swim upstream to your compartment.
Why?
Well, for future reference, they've got running water in there, too.
Oh, so that's what those spigots are for. Oh, boy.
Excuse me, you're blocking my door.
Oh, sorry. I'll always be in England.
Come on, buddy boy.
Oh,
You'd better get some sleep.
just give me an hour and I'll be fine. I'll meet you in the club car and we'll break out the pasteboards.
How much can you afford to lose?
You worry about yourself, my friend. I've been at training.
Champagne, darling?
I thought you were in Rome.
Oh, that was yesterday. They have a new thing called jet planes now. And I don't know why you persist in riding in this elegant anachronism.
It's civilized, Peggy. A retreat from coffee, tea, or milk. Now, suppose you tell me what you're doing here.
There's a new exhibition at the Louvre. I thought I'd soak it up.
No, I don't mean in Paris. I mean, what are you doing in my compartment?
Oh. Oh, well, maybe I want you to buy some jewelry for me in Istanbul. Or, maybe I'm going to make you another offer on your art gallery.
Not for sale, Peg.
Now, what's the fun of being rich and a patron of the arts if no one's going to indulge in my whims? Consider me indulged.
Now, let's get back on the subject.
We are on the subject.
Peggy?
Small sport. All right, it's business.
You mean business?
I'm afraid so, darling. You have an assignment this trip.
They told me I'd be off the leash for a couple of weeks.
They have a nasty habit of changing their minds.
The train won't leave for a while. Let's take a walk. This is a nice, quiet place to talk.
Recognize him?
Should I?
Not really. It's Dr. Karl Janosik,
Oh, yes, the scientist. He died a few years ago, didn't he?
and no one was ever able to find his research notes.
Until now, I suppose.
Until now. They've surfaced in Istanbul. All the Janosik papers, experiments, diagrams, the kind of information that Washington positively lusts after.
And how do I get it?
Well, it's very simple, darling. When you arrive in Istanbul, you go to an auction.
An auction?
Oh, not the kind of auction you're used to. You'll be bidding against countries, not art dealers.
It might be easier. Go on.
A man named Capel came into possession of the papers, and he's the one who's auctioning them off.
Capel. Yes, I've heard of him. Mr. Middleman, broker for international secrets.
Exactly. And this time, as usual, he's not taking sides. The country with the highest bid gets the papers.
Let's have the rest of it.
The bidding is strictly on a cash and carry basis, so you'll need money.
Up front.
No, it's too risky to take it in with you, especially with customs poking around. Besides, what we so euphemistically call the other side will be interested in everything you carry.
I get the money in Istanbul.
We have a numbered account in a Swiss branch bank. The guarantee.
What's the number?
Oh, it wouldn't do to give it to you now. After all, we do live in the age of sodium pentothal, darling. Besides, the only one who has the full number is control in Washington.
Well, how do I get it? Osmosis?
During your trip, you will be approached by contacts. Each will give you one number in sequence. You will not get the final number until you arrive in Istanbul. That's for your own protection.
How many numbers are there, and how will I know that my contacts are legitimate?
There are 5. Your contacts will identify themselves by using the code word Macbeth.
Macbeth? That's a bit baroque, isn't it?
Don't you like it, darling? It was my own idea. Oh, and I'm to give you the first number. The number is 7. What's wrong? Your unlucky number?
Oh, no, I'm just thinking of something else. A bomb was placed near my compartment today. Maybe somebody knew my assignment before I did. We'd better get going. How many?
1.
2.
Bust.
3 5s. You never draw to an inside straight. The odds are 11 to 1 that you won't make it.
Well, I haven't been making it all night.
Another hand?
No, I think I've had it. What do I owe you?
$65.
$65. I owe you $65. There you are.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Why don't I just sign over all my royalty checks to you in advance?
Well, that can be arranged. Depends on how well your books are selling.
Never ask an author about sales. Usually brings in a crying jack.
What are you working on now?
Factual stuff mostly. Reportage. I hired myself out to a news magazine. Freelance correspondent. Which reminds me. Steward,
Oui, Monsieur McCall?
would you tell the stenographer I'll need her for a while?
Bien, Monsieur.
Thank you. I have to knock out some notes tonight. There's an insurrection in Belgrade, and they're holding it for me till I get there. Want another drink?
Yes, but this one's on me.
Why, I get it for nothing.
I never realized that the railroad was that altruistic.
Remember the book I wrote about this chunk of metal?
Yeah.
Made it so famous, they gave me a free compartment, they pick up my tabs, they even changed my typewriter ribbon.
How are they on your IOUs?
My gambling debts, unfortunately, are my own. Helen! You know Mr. London, don't you?
We're old friends.
Well, why don't you join us for a drink before you two start working?
Thank you.
Helen's fantastic. She's the only girl on earth who can decipher my handwriting.
What is it, Mr. London?
I feel a bit dizzy. Maybe you two better have that drink without me.
You sure you're all right?
Yes, sir. I'll be all right. I just need a little air. Excuse me.
Do all you Americans drink too much?
Is there a doctor on board this trip?
Yes, monsieur, I think so.
Send him to my compartment, will you, please?
Yes, monsieur, at once. May I assist you, monsieur?
No, just get the doctor.
Yes.
Come in.
Mr. London?
Yes.
I'm Dr. Lentz. What seems to be the trouble?
Arrested equilibrium, among other things. I feel like I'm going to pass out.
What did you have for dinner tonight?
Langoust.
Oh, that explains it. You Americans will never learn to digest our shellfish. Sounds like a touch of gastritis.
A touch? You have a gift for understatement.
We'll have you feeling better in no time. What's wrong?
I can't seem to stay awake. Doctor, could somebody have put something in my food?
Well, yes, I suppose so. But why would anyone do a thing like that?
You better give me something quick. I've got to be awake. I got it. Hey.
Monsieur London?
That's right.
Yes, the conductor said that you needed a doctor.
Yes, I did, but I'm feeling much better now.
Well, are you quite sure you don't want me to take a look at you, eh?
I said I'm feeling better. Sorry to trouble you.
Copies of this, will you? And I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Take this along with you and then make a couple copies of this. Might as well take the whole bunch. Okay?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Cheval.
Monsieur McCord?
How goes it, Cheval?
Quietly, monsieur, the way I like it.
Anyone on board I might be interested in? Celebrities, defectors, royalty in disguise?
Oh, regrettably, no. We have an ordinary group this trip.
And if we did, you wouldn't tell me anyhow, would you? Cheval's like a lawyer. Everything is privileged communication.
No.
He flatters me. I know very little of interest.
It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm woken up in the middle of the night, sent half the way down the train on a completely wild goose chase. No.
What seems to be the problem here?
Who are you?
The train security officer, monsieur.
Oh, well, this is hardly a matter for an official investigation. But just the same, your conductor here has caused me considerable inconvenience.
It is all a misunderstanding. Monsieur London in car number 5 has asked me to get him a doctor.
But just the same, I was pulled out of bed. I traveled half the length of the train, and when I get there, the gentleman is in perfect health.
I assure you, monsieur, he was very sick. The last time I saw him, he could hardly walk.
Oh, really? Then he must have experienced a remarkable recovery.
This is Monsieur London, you say?
Oui, monsieur.
I will look into the matter. Please serve the gentleman compliments of the train. Monsieur London. Monsieur London. London. Monsieur London.
Prime Minister concluded his program by disclosing that The remaining refugees would be dispersed throughout the southern part of the country in settlements. I'm not keeping you awake, am I? That's all for tonight, Howard. Check with me tomorrow, will you?
Yes, Mr. McCord. Good night.
Good night, honey. Henri.
Monsieur?
I heard there was some commotion in my friend Mr. London's compartment. What was it all about?
I really don't know, monsieur.
Henri. Now, we've been friends for a long time, haven't we?
Oui, monsieur.
Feeling better?
Relative to what?
I did some checking. No Dr. Lenz on the passenger manifest.
That hardly surprises me.
One never knows. But whoever he is, he's still on the train. I could institute a search if you wish.
Oh, forget it. He'd only deny it. It would come down to his word against mine.
You mean you choose to let the matter drop?
For the present.
One thing troubles me, monsieur. Here is a man who resorts to an elaborate impersonation. Why?
Theft, probably. Maybe he thinks I'm carrying some valuable art objects.
Yes. And you can think of no other reason for the episode?
No, none at all. If I do, I'll let you know, of course.
Of course. Oh. I found this on the floor of your compartment. It smells like it contains a derivative of hyoscine.
Hyoscine?
It's a very reliable truth serum. This doctor didn't by any chance give you an injection, did he, Monsieur London?
Now why would he do a thing like that?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Oh, I think we're making much too much of this. He was an ordinary thief. Nothing was taken, so there's no harm done.
Very well, monsieur. We'll consider the matter closed.
Oh, thanks.
Il n'y a pas de quoi.
Cheval,
Monsieur McCord.
where can a guy get a cup of coffee?
Well, the dining car is closed, but we could send some to your compartment.
Tell me something, Cheval. What's going on around here?
Nothing that would concern you, monsieur.
Don't play footsies with me.
Monsieur McCord, it's late. I'm tired. Will you excuse me?
Listen, the train didn't give me a free ride with all the trimmings just to mind my own business. Now, there's something going on around here, and I'm going to find out about it sooner or later. So why don't you tell me now and make it easier on both of us?
Yes. But from experience, I know your best work is accomplished when your back is to the wall. If I gave you any information, it would only hinder your creative impulses. Good night, monsieur.
Please prepare for custom check.
Customs. Come in, I'm ready for you.
Passport, please.
You wish a paper, senor?
No, thank you, son.
Sir?
Yes?
Do you know the compartment number of Senor Macbeth? He always takes a paper for me.
Macbeth? There's no Macbeth in this train. I have the manifest. Get away from here. Stop annoying the passengers.
That's all right, son. I'll have one of your papers. Thank you. Never stifle incentive, Inspector. Someday we might all be working for him.
Have a pleasant trip.
The Luau and the Brock will be ready for your inspection on the 27th. If you are not interested, I have a Duchess in Amsterdam with unlimited resources, so be warned. Sign that, yours in penury, Michael. How many does that give us, Helen?
5. 2 to American museums and 3 to clients.
Well, that's enough to stem the tide for now. Why don't we take a break?
You look tired.
Nothing that a sauna and a good rub-down couldn't cure.
We don't have a sauna on board, but... Will this do?
Is that part of your stenographic service?
I also change diapers, mix drinks, and give answers to crossword puzzles.
Will you marry me?
Are you willing to convert to Buddhism?
It's open.
You got a minute?
Do I have a choice?
There's something I'd like to show you. Excuse us for a minute, will you, Helen? Feast your eyes, my friend.
Leave a window open?
No, the door. Next time I'll know better.
Anything missing?
Well, I haven't taken inventory yet, but I doubt it. And there's nothing to steal. You wouldn't know anything about this, would you?
That's a peculiar question. Why should I?
I know what happened to you last night.
So?
So now it's happened to me. I'm wondering if there's any connection.
I don't think I follow you.
We were talking in the club car last night. Somebody could have put us down as friends. They couldn't find what they were looking for in your compartment, so they searched mine.
Looking for what?
I don't know. Do you?
I haven't any idea, sorry. Maybe you'd better find Cheval.
London?
Yeah?
You sure there isn't anything you'd like to tell me?
On or off the record?
Either way.
All right. You know all that money I take from you at cards?
Yeah?
I cheat. Cheval, how long will we be here?
Oh, about an hour and a half, monsieur. We're adding some new cars.
Thanks. Follow that taxi, please.
Закажите, пожалуйста, без женская уборная. Мне нужна комната в ванной и дом Пожалуйста, дайте мне багаж. В мою комнату как-то Пожалуйста, разбудите меня в 8 часов утра. Пожалуйста, дайте мне стакан воды. Музей открыт.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for...
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
You are an American.
Am I that obvious?
The shoes, they always give away the nationality.
You're very perceptive. But I bought them in Paris.
Oh. I'm Mila Darbos, the director here.
Michael London.
Would you like to come into my office? We can discuss your language preference.
Thank you.
Oh. Cheers, Mr. London. Glad you could come.
My pleasure. Your invitation was certainly obvious.
You noticed that? No hard feelings, I hope. Nothing personal.
Rosanna, and no visitors or calls. We're not to be disturbed unless I ring. A drink, Mr. London?
No, thanks. I didn't bring an antidote.
Oh, surely you had no after effects from the higher sea?
It isn't the after effects I'm concerned with,
You're wondering what you told him, aren't you?
among other things.
You confirmed the fact that you're bidding in an auction for the Yanisek papers. But we knew that before you left Paris, of course.
You're well informed.
Up to a point. Now, thanks to Ernst and his needle, we also know the rest, including the Swiss account in Istanbul and the arrangement providing your numbers en route.
Your friend must have had a field day with my subconscious.
Oh, don't complain, Mr. London. He could have killed you. He didn't.
How humane of him.
We let you live for a purpose. You see, we want you to do just as you've been instructed. Go to Istanbul, secure your funds, attempt the auction.
At which point I deviate from the scenario, right? I lose the bidding.
Correct.
For which you will make it worth my while.
I'm empowered to offer you $50,000.
Well, that's very nice. I tell my people I've been outbid, your people get the papers, and I wind up with a down payment on a Degas.
Do you agree?
Now, why should I trust you, Miss Davos? You might put another bomb under my compartment.
We were not responsible for that, Mr. London. You must remember that other countries are involved. Some of them obviously want to prevent your arrival in Istanbul.
But not you.
No, not if you're willing to go along with us. In fact, would even guarantee you safety. What is your answer, Mr. London?
The answer is niet, Miss Davos. All things being equal, I don't like a fixed fight.
That's most unfortunate, Mr. London. You see, because all things are not equal. Mr. London has decided not to be cooperative.
A pity.
You will see that he does not complete his trip.
But they'll only send someone else.
Perhaps, but he might be more pliable.
At the hotel. And let's be very careful of your pronunciation. Bring in my luggage, porter. Portier, prenez mes bagages. Can you send my washing to the laundry? Pouvez-vous envoyer mon linge sale à la blanchisserie? Call me at 8 a.m. Réveillez-moi demain matin à 8 heures. Ask the porter to open the window, please. Demandez au valet d'ouvrir la fenêtre, s'il vous plaît. I would like to order a steak.
What is it, Rosanna?
But you rang.
As a matter of fact, I rang Rosanna. I'm having a little trouble with my conjugations. Tricky little things. They can really keep you awake at night.
But
A couple of private lessons and we'll be fine. Ciao.
I'm going to miss you terribly.
It'll be hard for me to forget you.
Macbeth will miss you too.
Oh, Macbeth can take care of himself.
Yes, but what about me? We are going to be separated for 6 whole months.
It'll pass before you know it. Give my best to your husband. Meet me in the baggage car. Something interesting. Cheval.
Storing your baggage, monsieur? I didn't write this.
Then why'd you come here?
I hardly think that's relevant, monsieur. The important thing is what I found.
What do you intend to do about it?
Whatever I can to help you.
Why?
Well, perhaps I'm interested in your welfare.
Same question. Why?
Because it is important to certain people that you reach an auction in Istanbul.
Auction? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Your assignment, monsieur.
Who are you working for?
The train.
No signs.
No signs.
This is a political matter.
Yes, but it's also a matter concerning the train. You see, monsieur, we cross the borders of many countries. And our passengers are of interest to many governments, including yours.
And you were asked to look after me?
Yes, I'm asked to look after many things.
What happens in the case of divided loyalties?
Well, in that case, monsieur, I have a simple rule. What is good for the train is good for me.
And the body in the baggage car?
Is not good for the train.
Belgrade Terminal.
Enjoy your stay, Monsieur McCord.
Thanks, Cheval. Keep a light burning in the window for me. Give my best Istanbul. Hey, take it easy, Mac.
Mr. London?
Yeah?
Forgive me, but I must ask for your identification.
Who are you?
My name is Macbeth. Can we go somewhere? I think I am being followed.
The train's leaving in a minute. Just give me the number. What is the number? Show it to me on your fingers. Is it 5?
Senator Nada, I want to restart. Dov'è ambulance? First. Senator Nada, I want to restart.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, officer. Oh, officer, maybe you can help me out. You see, I got this bill that I can't seem to get changed. Nobody will change it for me around here.
Jeśli mogę pójść na commodity.
No, wait a minute. You see, you don't understand. I met this beautiful lady. I want to buy her some flowers, but nobody will give me any change.
Jeśli mogę miasta, tak mora mieć, but...
I'll say it again. I want to pick up my train at Svilingrad. No, that's too late. See what you can do. All right, I'll be at the airport just as soon as I can.
Problems?
What happened to your insurrection?
Oh, it's still perking, but I've decided you're more interesting.
Is that why you're following me?
Tell you what, why don't you step inside and I'll buy you a drink?
Any particular reason?
Maybe I'm in the market for buying a painting. That is your line of business, isn't it?
Make your point.
I will over a drink.
All right, I can use one.
You're beautiful, you know that? You're really beautiful. I keep asking you questions, you keep fielding them.
It'd help if I knew what you were talking about.
Oh, come off of it, London. I saw the whole thing. That guy had something he was trying to tell you. Look, he's still in there and he's still alive, but they got him marked down as a political prisoner.
Thanks for the drink.
Well, you know, of course, you'll never get into that place by yourself. Unless, of course, someone was to help you.
This someone you're talking about, how would he help?
Maybe he knows a lot of people in this town. Maybe some of them owe him favors.
Why the interest?
Purely professional. I'm a reporter, remember? What?
There's no story in this. You're right, I do have to get in to see him, but I can't tell you why.
Classified.
Quit fishing.
Okay, have it your way. This one's on me, no questions asked. But the next time, you owe me a story. Deal?
We'll see.
Well, here's to reciprocity.
What you ask me is impossible.
No, not really, Captain. You have the authority.
But this man is a political prisoner. Besides, this is a case of attempted murder.
Look, Mr. London's a businessman. He's not an assassin. All he wants is a minute alone with your patient.
I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me. I'm very busy.
Well, as long as I'm here, Captain, maybe you can help me out with an article I'm working on.
I'm always happy to cooperate with the press.
It's about your local black market.
But that's ridiculous. The black market no longer exists.
Well, this may come as a shock to you, Captain, but it does exist. It not only exists, but it's thriving. As a matter of fact, there's several police officials, highly placed police officials that are involved.
These are irresponsible rumors.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting when I publish the information I've gathered. Oh, you'd be surprised at what I've turned up.
Mr. McCord, you place me in an untenable position.
Well, tenable ones aren't my style.
Captain, if it leaves your mind, you can come with me to see your patient. I hardly think it likely that another murder attempt would be made, not with a person as important as you present.
Yes or no, Captain?
Puści nas na jutro.
Do you hear me? Do you know who I am?
He will not be able to speak for hours, assuming that he ever does.
This is Michael London. Michael London. There was something you wanted to tell me. You've got to tell me the number.
Relax, Captain.
Mr. McCord, if we are found here, relaxation is the least of our problems.
Looks like you're wasting your time.
Gentlemen, please.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Get what you're after?
You're fishing again.
Now just remember, you owe me a favor. And one of these days, I'm going to collect.
Coming, gentlemen?
Welcome back.
Well, did I miss anything?
Yes, the Italian police wired an inquiry concerning a body they found on our tracks.
And you told them you knew nothing?
Well, naturally, we can't explain the presence of every derelict who has an accident along the route.
Naturally.
Istanbul in 1 hour. Custom check at the station. Istanbul dans 1 heure. Vérification des bagages au débarcadère. Istanbul next.
I beg your pardon.
Yes?
Do you happen to know if there's an English language theater in Istanbul?
I don't know, but I doubt it.
Oh, dear, how depressing. I was hoping to see a production of Macbeth.
Apparently it takes all kinds.
I was instructed to tell you where you can find your last number.
You don't have it?
No. There's a jewelry shop across the street from the Guarantee Bank. Look in its window.
Is that all?
You'll understand when you see it. Goodbye, Mr. London. I trust you'll treat me to a cup of tea.
How do you do, monsieur? May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to get into my safety deposit box.
Oh, certainly. If you will come with me, please.
Mr. London, excuse me.
Yes?
My name is Daniels. I'm with our consulate here.
How can I help you?
I have a cablegram for you, sir.
Thanks.
I have a car and driver waiting outside.
Fine, I should be more than a few minutes.
If you will be good enough to write down your number. Just ring when you have finished. You will have complete privacy here, monsieur.
Congratulations on your safe arrival, Mr. London. My name is Shepard, chargé d'affaires of our embassy here. When you obtain the Yanasek papers, I'll be your drop. As you will note, this account contains $1 million. You may bid as much of it as necessary. According to reliable information, our chief competitor is only authorized to offer $750,000. So we have a comfortable edge. Good luck on the bidding.
Waiting for you when you leave.
Mr. London. Welcome, welcome. I am Capel.
Are we all here?
You're the last to arrive. We'll be in shortly. You can take Mr. London's case with you.
Sorry?
It is perfectly safe, I assure you. All my other guests have complete trust in me.
That's their privilege.
Shall we join the other? You'll make yourself comfortable, Mr. London. I still have a few details to attend to.
See you again, Mr. London.
And so unexpected. Champagne, it's a bit premature for celebrating, isn't it?
You think so? Did you enjoy your trip?
Oh, yes, very much. You meet such interesting people on a train.
Mr. London, do you recall our last meeting?
It's indelibly etched on my mind.
The offer I made you, it still stands.
Unfortunately, so does my rejection.
Even if we raise the price?
Even if you raise the price.
I do not understand you.
Your temper, Miss Darvis. The first rule of an auction is never to get emotionally involved. Clouds your judgment.
Gentlemen, Miss Davos, we are ready to begin. Will you be seated, please? A brief overture. I am honored, of course, by your presence here and by the distinguished countries which you represent. However, I must insist on our agreed upon rules of procedure. Now, the payment must be made in American dollars. I must be in receipt of same upon completion of the auction. Are there any questions? Mr. C.
What are the units of escalation?
You will bid in blocks of $25,000. Anyone else? Very well. I will accept bids on lot number 1, the Yanasek papers. I have Mr. London's bid of $700,000. Do I hear $725?
Mr. Capel.
Yes.
There's obviously collusion between these two. They're driving the price beyond our reach.
If they are, Mr. C, it's perfectly permissible. After all, this is an auction, not a diplomatic forum.
Papers are only worth $500,000.
Perhaps to your country. I have Mr. London's bid of 700,000. Do I hear 725?
725.
750.
775.
8.
900,000.
The bid is 900,000. 900,000.
950.
I'll match that.
You're not interested in a stalemate, Mr. London. Will you outbid her, won't you?
$1 million.
Miss Davos, will you raise your bid?
1,025,000.
I hear 1,025,000. Do I hear 1,050,000? 1,025,000. Going? Going?
Just a minute.
Yes?
I have a question.
What is it?
Where are the honor check papers now?
In a safe place?
But they're not here.
No. The high bidder will be taken to them. The exchange will be made there.
Well, I think I have the right to see the merchandise before I continue bidding.
Oh, that is out of the question, Mr. London. The various governments, including yours, have already examined it.
But I haven't, and it's my responsibility.
You're being unreasonable.
Not when we're speaking in terms of over $1 million.
I'm sorry, Mr. London. The papers must stay where they are.
Well, in that case, I pass. Congratulations, Miss Davos.
Wait! Am I to understand you will resume the bidding if the papers are here?
That's right.
Well,
I protest. This is an unnecessary delay.
but it is only a matter of 1 hour. Is that so much of a sacrifice?
He's trying to gain time, and you're helping him. You just want to drive up the price.
That's the prerogative of an auctioneer. I declare a recess of 60 minutes.
What's the point in our stay?
There is always the possibility of a default. Please, make yourselves comfortable. Order drinks. My house is yours.
When will Shepard be back? No, that'll be too late. This is urgent. Look, is there anyone else at the embassy I can talk to? Oh, never mind. I hope they enjoy their golf game. Hello, operator. I want long distance. Paris, please.
Oui?
Monsieur London est au bout du fil.
Oh, bien, bien. I'll take it. Michael, my friend. Where are you?
In scenic Istanbul.
Oh? And the tapestry we discussed? Have you by any chance?
Am I still your agent?
Well, of course. I thought that was understood.
All right, here's my proposition. I'll get you your tapestry, but I need $100,000.
That's no problem. I'll have a check in the mail this afternoon.
Oh, no, I need it now in American currency.
But how can I?
Claude, you have a branch office here, don't you?
We have a branch office everywhere, but even so...
Call them, have them withdraw the money, and send it to me by messenger.
Michael, this is very irregular.
Do you want the tapestry, or don't you?
Well, naturally, but even so...
Claude, tell your secretary to start placing the call. Now, here's where I want you to send the money.
Are you satisfied, Mr. London?
Quite satisfied.
Please take your seat. We can reconvene. Now, the high bid was $1,025,000. Do I hear 50?
50.
Miss Davos. Do I hear a bid, Miss Davos? $1,050,000. Going.
$1,075,000.
Follow me this way, please.
We are proceeding like snails, Mr. London. We're waiting. Your bid, please. Mr. London, you have compromised our security. There's someone outside to see you.
No, he doesn't know what this is all about. I'll talk to him after the auction.
No one was supposed to know we were here. This is an infringement of the rules.
Let's leave that up to the umpire, Miss Davos. My bid is $1,100,000.
The bid is $1,100,000. Do I hear $1,125,000? Miss Davos, do I hear a bid?
Outbid them?
Yes, I had to requisition some additional funds. I'll put in a voucher.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Well, you don't seem particularly overjoyed, Mr. Shepard.
Oh, sorry, old man. I'm a bit preoccupied. I have so many things to check on.
And your intelligence on their limited was on the conservative side. You'd better check on that, too.
Yes. Yes, I will.
I didn't expect dancing in the streets, but you might offer a man a drink.
Of course. Sorry. Would scotch be all right?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Here we are. Would you excuse me for a moment? I'll be right back.
Oh, Mr. Shepard.
Yes?
Aren't you going to put those in a safe place?
Yes, of course. Make yourself at home. I won't be long.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Peggy. All right, who talks first?
Well, Michael,
Mr.
you see
Suppose
that...
I do. I was never supposed to get those papers, was I?
Afraid not, old man.
They're fake.
We made them up and let Capel stumble across them.
Why?
The usual reason. We wanted them to fall into the hands of the other side. If they believed in their authenticity, they'd make use of them and set themselves back maybe 6 months.
You knew about this?
No, Michael, I didn't, honestly. I only found out about it last night in Paris.
Then what are you doing here?
Well, I suppose they sent me as a consolation prize. They felt you'd be upset about losing the bidding.
How considerate of them. Why didn't somebody tell me?
We felt it'd be better to keep you in the dark. Your reactions would be more genuine. Besides, I understand they used drugs on you. You'd have given the whole thing away.
The code word, the money, the auction. The whole thing was a setup, and I believed it.
So did the other side. That was the point.
Suppose I don't like being used.
Oh, for the higher good, old man.
If I hear one more old man out of you...
Michael, Michael, they used us all, don't you see? They had to. What is it?
Just appreciating the irony of it. All that rigmarole, and I end up winning the bidding.
Unfortunately, no one anticipated that you'd be quite this resourceful.
All right, where do we go from here?
Nowhere. We've failed.
Not necessarily.
What?
All we have to do is to make sure that these papers get into the hands of the opposition.
How?
Let them take them from me.
Impossible. They know we'd never let you leave here with the Janacek papers.
He's right, darling. If they were genuine, we'd put them on the first flight to Washington.
We're not dealing with fools, Mr. London. If you make things too easy for them, they may get suspicious.
You're forgetting a very interesting psychological fact.
What's that?
If someone has to force something out of you, they usually think it's the truth.
Follow him. And drop me off at the nearest telephone.
You're sure he was being watched?
Yes, sir. There were 3 men in a car across the street. They followed him.
That's what he wanted. Thank you, Daniels. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, Miss Cooper-Smith.
Good night.
I hope your friend knows what he's doing.
We should have given him a backup.
He didn't want one. What were we supposed to do? Force the issue?
No. At least not while he was here.
What are you doing?
Disobeying his orders, of course.
Gel, Kukus içeride gel. Başka yerde oynamayacaklar. Burada Kukus oynuyor. Gel içeriye gel. Başka tarafta oynamayacaklar. Gel, gel Hincik. Gel içeriye gel. Nasılsın? İçeri gel, gel. Gel içeriye Kukus Hincik oynuyorlar. Gel. Başka tarafta oynamayacaklar. Ne istiyorsun? Gel içeriye gel, gel.
Taxi, please.
Çok istiyorum. Para çok ver bana. Ben istiyorum çok para.
Where are they?
You know as well as I do. At the embassy. Tomorrow they'll be in a diplomatic pouch headed for Washington.
Then why did you go to the bank this afternoon?
Bank?
You're being very foolish. We know that you put the papers in your government safety deposit box. Just give us the account number, and you can go back to your hotel. Stop it. It's time we tried a more enlightened approach. Tie him into the chair.
I hope you appreciate that I'm sterilizing your skin. Others wouldn't be so sanitary. Relax, Mr. London. Don't try to fight it. Why not count backwards from 10?
Do your own work.
How long is this going to take?
Look at his eyes. It's already taking effect. I think we can begin.
Mikey, stop fighting. It's good to let yourself go. Believe me. We are all your friends here. You're perfectly safe. And it's good to talk. What is your name? Tell us your name.
Michael London.
You're an art dealer, aren't you, Michael?
Yes. No.
Yes and no. In other words, you're also something else, Michael?
Yes.
What is that something else, Michael? Oh, he's resisting.
Michael, you can trust me. Now tell it to me. What is that something else?
Government.
You're working for the government, is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Were you on an assignment for them this afternoon?
Yes.
What did you do? Michael, what did you do?
I went to the bank and took...
Yes?
And took papers.
What papers?
The Yanasek papers.
Are you saying that you took the Yanasek papers to the bank?
Yes.
Go on. It's all right. You can tell me.
Put them in safety deposit box.
Now listen carefully, Michael. That safety deposit box has a number, doesn't it?
Number?
I need that number. I want you to tell it to me.
8.
I didn't hear. Was it 8?
Yes, 8.
And?
2.
And? Speak up, Michael. One at a time.
6, 3.
Just one more?
6, 3.
The last number.
7.
Thank you very much, Michael. You've been most cooperative. We will leave now. Tomorrow morning we go to the bank.
And me?
Kill him.
Still looking after me, aren't you?
Seems to be a habit.
I thought you were only interested in your train.
Permit me an exception. Ah, Monsieur London.
Cheval.
Did you enjoy your stay in Istanbul?
It had its moments.
Oh, anything for me to lock away?
No, not this trip. Thank you.
Henri?
Oui, monsieur.
If Gustave has finished his pastry, you can tell him to take the train out.
Monsieur.
Well, aren't you going to close the door? You can lock it if you like.
Aren't you getting off?
Not until Paris, darling.
I thought you always go by jet.
Oh, I intend to. I don't think we should be doing this.
Why not?
Because I have terrible news. It seems that an imposter went to the Guarantee Bank this morning and ransacked our secret account.
Oh, that's unbelievable. How did he get the number?
No idea. It was a she, by the way.
Anything valuable taken?
Oh, I'm afraid so. All the Janusik papers are gone.
Oh, that's shocking. The other side?
Who else? But you can't win them all.
No, but you can try.
Passenger list is full, the freight and mail are aboard, and the caviar is on ice. In 3 days, Paris. By plane, it is only hours away, but perhaps speed is not everything. Our engineer, Gustav, has a saying, drink each country like a glass of wine. After all these years, I'm beginning to know what he means.
Our afternoon movie on Thursday is One of Our Spies is Missing. Robert Vaughan and David McCallum star in the big screen spin-off from the 1960s series The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Stand by for the afternoon movie competition and the chance to win £2,000 in just a moment.
Better Dash got a table booked at the Serengeti Cafe. Who jumped the jolly old nest?